Good morning, welcome back to the vlog. This morning I'm gonna bag some milk and we're gonna chit chat, catch up a little bit because it's been almost 2 weeks since I filmed anything. So we're going to bag milk and chat. So let's get started. So I guess we should start with why I was in the hospital for longer than typical after birth. So I was diagnosed with preeclampsia when I went into triage for having high blood pressure and a headache. And I really thought I was going to go there because I have gone for high blood pressure twice now. And then when I get there, my blood pressure is fine. So I really thought when I went there for the third time that it was going to be like the same scenario, like your blood pressure is fine, you're discharged. This time around, it was not like that. They took my blood pressure and the nurse was basically like, your blood pressure stays like this for the next 15 minutes and it doesn't come down, you're gonna have to stay. So I had high blood pressure basically my entire labor and delivery. I was on magnesium. I'll talk about all that in my birth story vlog or my birth story video. But it followed through till after I had Mateo. I still had high blood pressure after him and after I had him. So I had to go back on magnesium and they started giving me like rapid release blood pressure medicine to bring my blood pressure down because it was really high, like 160 over 110 is like the danger zone. And I was like right there, like 156 over like 108. And it was just like creeping up all night, the first night that I was postpartum. Second day, we thought we were going to go home, but my blood pressure over the night got higher and higher and higher. So they had to put me back on magnesium and told me I was staying the next day or staying another night. Then the next day, we're waiting to see if we could go home on blood pressure meds. And really, I thought that they weren't going to let me go home because my blood pressure was still high. But my midwife, one of the 4 midwives that I had, agreed to let me go home and was just hopeful that the medicine would start to work and that being home would help lower my blood pressure. So she did discharge me and we went home when Mateo was 2 days old. I've been on blood pressure medicine since then and she's hopeful that she can get me down to a lower dose because I'm on a pretty high dose for my age, she says. And she would love to get me on a lower dose and get me off it completely, but she did warn me, like, because my mom struggles with high blood pressure right now, that it could be something that just sticks around for the rest of my life. She's hopeful that it's not going to be the case, but it could be my reality. Now, when we were in the hospital, Mateo was perfect. Like, his jaundice levels were fine. He was nursing fine, pooping, peeing fine. But when we got home and we went to our first pediatrician appointment, his jaundice levels were just rising. So every single day we were going to the doctor for like 6 days straight, checking his jaundice levels, and they just kept rising. I think it was on day I think he was a week old. It must have been, yeah, because he was 6 days old because Saturday they drew his blood and it came back at 19.4 and 20 is the level they need to admit you. So they had him get his blood drawn the next day, and if it had gone up more, they were going to admit him into the NICU for the light therapy. And so that entire 24 hours. Not right now, baby, okay? So that entire 24 hours was really stressful, hearing that my newborn may have to get admitted, especially with our history with Lilia and her being admitted into the hospital for so long, almost a month old. So that whole 24 hours, I was like spiraling. So the next day was actually a Sunday and we actually had to go to the hospital to get his blood drawn. And thank goodness his numbers came down and we did not have to get admitted. And then they drew his blood again the next day and they had gone down more. So he was cleared of jaundice and that was a relief. I had been taking my blood pressure every day. I have been continuing to take my blood pressure every day at noon because that's when she told me to take it based on what time I take my medicine. And my blood pressure was still like in the 126s over like 96, so my bottom number was still pretty high for her comfortability. So she was like, we're staying on your medicine. You'll come in next week for an official blood pressure check. Right when I sent that message, the next day, my blood pressure finally dropped below like that threshold of being like over 120 over 80. Yesterday, it was like 113 over 76. So it was really good yesterday. And I was supposed to check it at noon. I haven't checked it yet. So I'll check it after I bag this milk. But we've just been through a whirlwind of chaoticness since he was born, or since I got admitted from triage. It's just been a hectic time. Luckily, the last couple days have calmed down. Like I said, with my blood pressure going down, his jaundice levels going down, we've been able to like relax a little bit better and kind of get into the groove. But for the first couple days being home, it was very stressful. We were getting up every day at like 7:30. I mean, even earlier, 7 o'clock after not sleeping with a newborn, and going to these 8 a.m. appointments and just getting bad news after bad news to where we're like, okay, now we might get admitted and then we'll be in there for 24 to 48 hours. And it was just like super chaotic, but thankfully things have calmed down now. So that's good. Very thankful that everything has calmed down, but let's get into the fun stuff, which is bagging milk. I have a little bit over 36 ounces in the bag. So I'm gonna need 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. I'm gonna need 9 bags. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I washed my hands and cleaned the counter, so we'll Gucci there. But I swear to you guys that if I didn't love my babies so much, like I love having little newborn babies, I probably would never have any more after going through the labor and delivery that I went through. It was pretty crazy, but my midwives did a really good job at taking care of me, in my personal opinion, and they didn't scare me. Me and Marisu kind of have difference of opinions. Like, they said that I was really sick, sicker than they let on for us to believe. And like the whole office was, I guess, talking about me and my case. So Marisa was like, I don't like that they did that, but I personally don't mind that they did that because I definitely didn't want to be scared in the moment that I was having a baby. And I wasn't the only one that was causing problems. Mateo was also causing problems, which again, I'm going to share my birth story video, which I should film here soon so I don't forget any important stuff. Even though it's kind of hard to forget. I would say it was a really chaotic birth, but it wasn't like traumatic in any way. Like I said, like I'm actually pretty grateful that I'm really grateful with how well my midwives handled the scenario. And it almost makes me think like if I would have stuck with the OBs, how they would have handled it. Now there was an OB that was like working alongside my midwife. More what, baby? I don't have any more banana smoothie, baby. You'll have to get, Mommy doesn't have any more yogurt. Hey! Go ask Daddy to buy more yogurt on the Walmart order. The OBs were super close. I remember her, had to get permission from the OBs to do some stuff. Because, you know, midwives aren't allowed to do everything that comes with laboring mothers. So they were working really closely with the OBs, I believe, in my case, in case I needed an OB for like an emergency C-section because of my blood pressure and stuff. But thankfully, I did not have to have one. Very thankful for that. Very thankful that baby wasn't sick or, you know, in danger, and neither was I. But overall, I would say that we had a chaotic labor and delivery, but it wasn't traumatic. I wouldn't say it was. What else? Exclusively breastfeeding like I did with Lilia has gone really good. As you can tell, like this is all extra milk. And I want to try to get up to pumping 24 ounces a day so I can donate to a family that just adopted a baby girl. I think she was due at the end of March. And I said I would reach out when I had extra milk. So I'm trying to get to 24 ounces a day, because that's roughly what breastfed babies should be drinking in a day, is like an ounce an hour, so 24 ounces. Yesterday I pumped 17 ounces in a day, so. Lilia has done pretty good at adjusting. I don't think that any of the things that she's experienced or any of the things that she's doing has to do with jealousy of her brother. I think it's just her being 4. So that's good too. What you guys saw when we brought him home, what she acted like. She was just like really shy, and it was really sweet. But I don't know what else there is. I don't really, except for my birth story, but like I don't want to share that here. I want to make a dedicated video for it. My sister is coming tomorrow to meet him. My mom obviously was here. She was the one that was watching Lilia for us. And I think that's all we have planned for people coming right now. I think Mauricio's friend is going to come sometime in May, and my friend is supposed to come in May. And it's just been really low key, honestly. It's been really enjoyable. I think the hardest part about having 2 kids now is the sleep. So when we had Lilia, though she was up all hours of the night, she would sleep in until like 9 or 10 in the morning, and we could sleep with her. And now we can't do that because Lilia is awake at like 6:30, 7 the latest. So one of us has to get up and function. Mauricio usually gets up and changes his diaper for me, and then I'll feed him and put him back to bed. So he only has to get up for like a few minutes to change his diaper. And sometimes, and by sometimes I mean one time, I did just change his diaper so that he could sleep. But still, I tend to be the one that gets out of bed in the morning with Lilia. Mauricio got out of bed this morning with her, but for the most part, I get out of bed because I want to spend some time with her, so I don't mind getting out of bed with her. And I like doing my morning chores in the kitchen, like doing the dishes, and my mouth was off. Doing the dishes, making coffee, giving Lilia her breakfast. I enjoy all that stuff, so. My mouth was way off. I feel like I put 4 ounces in each bag. Hopefully I did. Okay, let me get another bag. This is over 3 days, 3.5 days. Today would be day number 4, and so this morning's pump is in there. So I'm dating them for the 4 days ago, which is like the oldest milk in there. It's only 1.5 ounces.
Wow! Uh-oh.
All the small ounce bags, I think I'm going to put in like a separate little place so that we can do like baths with it or lotions or soaps or whatever. Or I might, you know, ask once I start donating if she wants the smaller bags too. Up to that, mama. But now I got all the bags done. So we've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 37 and a half. 37 and a half ounces going into the freezer. Set these right here. Look at the color difference. Isn't that crazy? And then I have all of the previous bagging milk right here. Oh, it's stuck on the plate. That's not good. Got one up. Okay, I got it off. Okay, so I have this. I'm gonna put that in my freezer. Okay. Then we're gonna put these here. Okay, now we're gonna put this in the freezer. What did I say? 37 and a half. Alexa, what is 37 and a half plus 42 and a half?
37.5 plus 42.5 is
80. 80. Okay, so we have 80 ounces in the freezer, 0 ounces donated so far. I don't know how many ounces I want to have in the freezer for myself before I start donating, but I just want to get past the 6-week mark, I think. Because the girl who I'm donating to did get donated breast milk from a girl that I follow, which is how I found her. She made a story saying that she had donated the rest of her breast milk from her twins to this mom. So I know she has some breast milk to get her through a little bit, but I don't know if it's 6 weeks. I guess I should text her and ask her because I have her phone number, but we'll see if I give it away or not. It makes me a little nervous to give away like everything I have right now, but I don't know. Now I need to go to the bathroom, and then I have to go clean up Mateo's room, which is also the guest bedroom, because my sister is coming tomorrow and it needs to be clean for her. At least picked up and clean bed sheets and like do the floors. It doesn't have to be like scrubbed, but just like picked up from being like messy, and then clean the bed sheets. We just got Lilia in bed, and I think she fell asleep because she was like tired. And we're sitting here, me and baby Mateo. He's a little grumpy. He wants me to pick him up. I just finished picking up the living room. I need to go get the sheets for the spare bedroom bed and put them on the bed for my sister. She comes tomorrow. I don't know if I started another load though, but I just picked up the living room. I don't remember if I said that. So I'm sitting here. Mauricio's cleaning the kitchen. It was a mess. It was a disaster in there. So I'm glad I didn't get that chore today. But look at the little toesies. Look at them little toes. And then I'm going to give him a bath, but I'm going to let Mauricio take a shower first because Mauricio wanted to take a shower. I'm going to let Mauricio take a shower, and then we're going to get this little baby ready for bed. I think we're going to watch Yellow Jackets because our subscription for Paramount Plus ends today. We just don't want to pay for it anymore. You know, all the subscriptions like add up in your monthly expenses. So we are gonna finish that probably tonight because today's the last day. It's crazy how long the days are. Like, I'm exhausted today. I smell like spoiled milk, but I can't believe it's already been 2 weeks tomorrow that he's been born. Like, 2 weeks in pregnancy felt like an eternity, and 2 weeks of him being here have just flown by. But the days are so long with him and the newborn. They're so long, so long. With him and a newborn, with Lilia and a newborn. So having a 4-year-old who's a preschooler now, she's not a toddler, and a newborn, it's been hard to adjust, but we're getting there. Luckily, Mauricio is off for 2 months. He could have done 3, but you have up to a year to take it. So we figured like later on, he could take the last month off, and we could have like a family vacation during that time when this baby's a little bit older and able to go like out in public a little bit more. So we're doing that, but I'm tired. I don't think I have any more chores today. I already did the floors. I did the spare bedroom. Pump parts are clean. Mauricio's washing the rest of the pump parts. He even put them away for me. And then laundry is folded. I have to make the bed. We need to wash our bed sheets again because I've been sweating like so crazy this postpartum. But it's weird. Like, I'm sweating, and then when I wake up to nurse him, I'm ice cold, like shivering. Like, I need the blanket on me. Like, but obviously I can't have it on me while I'm nursing him. So it's been an adjustment with sleep. But I slept on my belly last night for the first time because I was like laying there, and I was like half on my on my side like I slept when I was pregnant, and I was like, I can lay on my belly now. So I rolled over to my belly, and it was like magical. But I think I'm just gonna stay here until Mauricio's done. I'm lazy. 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 That's me.